There are two ways most tour operators use to get customers. The first is to build a pipeline of future travelers. The second way is to rent customers from someone else. Both approaches can bring bookings, but they create very different kinds of businesses. One builds long-term stability, the other one creates constant dependence. And many tour operators do not realize which one they're actually using. Let's start with what renting a customer actually looks like. Renting a customer simply means getting a booking through someone else's distribution channel, where the platform controls most of the interaction with the traveler. Such platforms use disintermediation, where they separate you from accessing a customer so that when the customer decides to pay for a tour package, they'll be able to collect their commission. These platforms bring you visibility. From a tour operator's perspective, this can look like a good system. You list your tours, travelers search, and enquiries come. But the structure of some of these platforms is designed around transactions rather than relationships. The traveler interacts mainly with the platform itself. The platform manages the flow of enquiries, and in most cases, the communication is filtered or limited. At the end of the process, the traveler only remembers the platform, not the tour operator. Many platforms position themselves in the middle of the transaction because this is how they justify collecting commissions or charging booking fees. Renting customers feels very convenient. You don't need to spend time building an audience, you don't need to create educational content, you simply list your tours and wait for enquiries. For a busy tour operator, this can feel efficient. The platform handles discovery, you only focus on operating the safari. And to be fair, these platforms play an important role in the industry. They help travelers discover options they might not have found otherwise. But there is an important distinction between two types of platforms. Some platforms are designed primarily as booking intermediaries. Others are designed more as discovery and interaction environments where operators can engage with travelers during their research process. In the first case, the platform sits firmly between the tour operator and the customer. In the second case, the platform can act more like an open marketplace or a social environment where tour operators can build familiarity with travelers over time. That difference matters a lot. When your bookings come mainly from platforms that sit in the middle of the transaction, your business becomes dependent on that platform's visibility. Your enquiries depend on things you do not control. If your visibility drops on that platform, your enquiries drop immediately because you've not established any relationship with the customers you're targeting. And the less direct interaction you have with travelers during research and decision process, the harder it becomes to build a long-term pipeline of future customers. Now let's look at the other approach, building a pipeline. A pipeline is a steady flow of travelers with whom you gradually build familiarity with over time. If you approach this the right way, such travelers will start viewing you as a source of guidance during their discovery and buying process. These travelers want you to be part of their trip planning process. You can provide them with insights through customer education. They see your explanation about destinations, they learn things from you, and over time, they start associating you with knowledge and credibility. By the time they're ready to book a safari, they already know and trust you. Safari travel is not an impulse purchase. Most travelers spend weeks or months researching before they book. During this time, they're trying to understand many things. Which destinations to visit? Which parks are the best time of the year to travel? Which lodges to choose? How long should the safari be? The time to build a pipeline is when travelers are in the research stage. To be clear, tour listing platforms play an important role in discovery. They can generate real business, but relying on them alone means constantly renting customers. The best outcome is when you combine both approaches. Appear on tour listing platforms while at the same time building your own sales pipeline through customer education. Some travel discovery platforms are now trying to support this kind of interaction more naturally. Instead of only listing tours, they allow tour operators to interact directly with customers and share their knowledge and insights with them. Tour packages remain visible in the background, but the interaction feels more like guidance from a friend than a mere interaction. Travelers can learn while they explore, and tour operators can bring their tour packages in the conversation in a natural way. Renting customers can bring bookings today, and there's nothing wrong with that. But building a pipeline creates something much more valuable. It creates travelers who already know you and trust your guidance. In an industry where people spend months researching for their safari, you want to become the tour operator who will guide that client during their research and discovery phase, and eventually help them pick one of your safaris that will be suitable for them. I'll see you in the next video. Cheers.